Girl Sunshine Monet L. I ain't gonna hold y'all too long because I got other things to do. But while we here, let's chat about it. Today's the day of 11/26/9. You guys know we are still in the month of mastery. We got about what, like 4 more days left in this month of mastery. Today we are mastering in this third decade of the month our wisdom and our sense of equality, right? So during the sixth of the month of this month of mastery, we were mastering our tippereth, right? We were mastering our ability to harvest and manifest in our space. That sense of equality is the sixth. This is what you put in is what you get out, and also like paying attention, like, okay, when I put in this is what I get out. When I put in that, this is what I get out. Coming to a sense of understanding, coming into a 3 about your sixes, what I'm saying, to bring you to a 9, adequately giving birth to the things that you want as you see fit. Ashe. Okay. So then we got into the 1 of 6. So now we're having awareness, we're having knowledge, we have intellect on our sense of equality, our ability to bring things into our space. So now on the 2 6, now we have wisdom. Now we have experience. I can go back to my experiences of being in my tippereth, of being in my heart chakra, that inner child energy, being creative, being confident and courageous. I also have this sense of wisdom and practice and the 6 of Virgo, my health, my wellness, daily routine, more on integral code. These are the things that I'm having this sense of wisdom, balance, and harmony in my space too, because that's what also 2 deals with: balance, harmony, truth, justice, fairness. So also coming into this space of harmony in those realms too. Good morning, Murda. How you doing? Happy Wednesday, love. So thank you for the favorite. So coming into these spaces about this too. Once you have that wisdom, once you have that harmony, that truth on that 6 energy, it'll bring you to 8, building and destroying. So now transformations, empowering transformations are happening in your space in alignment to the level of wisdom you have of your ability to alchemize in your space, to alchemize with your time, with your self-regulation of self, right? With your self-regulation of self. Yeah. So, allow things to build and destroy accordingly. You know what I'm saying? Of course, that's what we want. And we're going to master our ability to build and destroy with this wisdom of our tippereth, with this wisdom of our sense of equality, right? And what that's going to bring us knowledge being born in this space. Now we have that connection between our ketters, the 1, the sense of awareness, and the leadership, the cardinal energy, and the 9, which is giving birth, born, the celestial womb. You think it, you birth it. You think it, you birth it. And this is all coming from those transformations that's derived from our wisdom of, our ability to harvest things in our space, the give and take, the cycle of things, right? So that knowledge is being born. It brings us back to Malkuth. So it's going to bring us into that earthly experience of 10, Jeb. So bringing that to our physical self, grounding yourself on a Wednesday is fun. We love to ground ourselves on a Wednesday. And it's also cool that we are having our wisdom of our 6, when Virgo rules over the 6th house on a Wednesday as well, to bring us proper transformations. So if you guys want to go to the DD of SU, SY, Leg Y, Papa Leg Y today and deal with that 6 in that space and matter, today's a good day to do that, right? How long have you known you're part black? I'm not black. I don't identify with racial labels. You tried it. So yeah. Knowledge being born, bringing us into Jeb, our earthly realm, which brings us right back into 1. We're back in our Asar. We're back in our Ketters. Okay. Hi Ash, how you doing? We're back in our knowledge, our sense of awareness and intellect. Ashe. So now we're into this 1. We're in the year of 9. This is the year of giving birth to things in our space. This is the year of the celestial womb. Okay. And the celestial womb is brought to us by 2025. Wisdom in our cipher and wisdom in our power, right? So we have now this intellect, this exercise. I know what to do now in my space. I also know what to do now with my solar plexus chakra and how to enforce my internal law that you guys should have did in 2024 for being associated with my internal law. So now we're enforcing in our space. Y'all got 1 more month to enforce in y'all space, y'all, to give birth to the things that you want to see in your space before we enter the year 1, the new beginnings. Now we're really taking initiative and coming into, the things that we give birth this year. I love your energy too. Thank you, DJ. I appreciate you. So, keeping that in mind, right? So we're going to take this one, we're going to put it to the 9. It's going to bring us back to Jeb. It's going to bring us back to the earthly experience. Grounding yourself, grounding yourself, grounding yourself. Go outside and ground yourself. That is what mathematics is calling for. Grounding yourself and also being in awareness. So, if you find yourself being able to do that today, I say go for it. Ashe? Okay. So today is a day of one. Today is a day of new beginnings. Today is a day of taking initiative, that cardinal energy, the gut that controls the mind. Everything starts with a thought with that Aries energy. Also being indicators and connecting. So meditation is also a thing here. Again, coming into, what did I say? Coming into that Elegwa Eshwa energy of the god of the crossroads and having that communication, that's definitely Ketter's energy. So taking that. Now to get into the astrological report, we start the day off at a 31% waxing crescent moon. We're still in the crescent moon, building on the intangible things in our space, like our mindset, our behavior, our emotions, how we conduct ourselves, all those things like that. Our moon rising at 10:57 a.m. and setting at 9:14 p.m. Tropically speaking, we're at 10 degrees Aquarius. So we just like reached that mark between being in that cardinal section and now being fixed in that fixed air sign of Aquarius. Tropical rules over our mindset, how we think about our home and family. I appreciate you, Ash. Thank you. What is your expertise in terms of spiritual practices? As far as spiritual practices, I specialize in energy awareness. I'm very good at reading people's energies. And so I've learned how to teach it in a way that I could take your astrological placements and put them in your Sephiros or put them in your chakras. I have an educational background in psychology. So I like to use the term astropsychologist. I've seen the similarity between the astrological concepts and the psychological theories, like the hierarchy of needs, stages of development, stages of grief, the DSM. I've seen the pattern between that and people's astrological placements in alignment with the current chart, in alignment with astrocartography. I see all those things. I'm really good at noticing patterns, but I see all those things. So I'm able to teach it, but I'm also able to do readings with it. I'm also a numerologist. All in all, those are all tools that I use to read energy. However, I do have the intuitive ability to read people's energy as well. I hope I answered your question. I'm also an herbalist, and I do like a lot of herbal remedies on things, and I also align that with your astrological chart too, because what works for you might not work for me or someone else with different placements, because plants also have their astrological rulers as well. So that's me in a nutshell. There's so much more, but I would be going forever for a long time. I do a lot. I'm very involved. But yes, our mindset on our nurturing space. And how long have I been doing this? If I keep it 100 with you, this is me and my inner child. I've been doing this since I was a child, being in tune with astrology, making pies, and doing my spell work, writing books, and making songs. All these things I still do. Is inner child. But if you want to talk about professionally, how long have I been doing it? I've been doing it professionally for about 12, almost 13 years now. I went to college for, psychology and all that stuff like that. Thank you guys for the hearts. Thank you. Thank you. Please make sure you subscribe, share, tell your friends about me. I exist. I exist, you guys. But yeah, so our mindset on our nurturing spaces, our comfort zone and things like that is in being revolutionary. Our thoughts is, I want to do something different with my home. I want to do something, I'm craving something revolutionary in my spiritual realm and how I nurture myself and how I want to nurture other people. I want to do something different. I want to do something different this year. You know what I'm saying? And then in our actual experiences, the moon is in 15 degrees Capricorn constellation. So now we're actually smack dab in that fixed energy of Capricorn constellation. Our experiences is given the challenges that we need in response to that revolutionary mindset that we have, to strengthen ourselves in our home and family, in our nurturing space, in our third eye, in our celestial womb, in our ability to produce, which we need right now, coming into all these 9s and 1s today, right? In addition to that, as far as the lunar mansion goes, we are in the Shravana Nakshatra. We're here till 23 degrees Capricorn. So eventually we'll make it to the 23rd lunar mansion by the end of the day, because you know the moon moves 13 degrees in a day. But this nakshatra is ruled by Saturn, that emphasizes structure, discipline, and ambition, learning and understanding. The ruling planet is the moon, which brings mind, emotions, and intuition, because you know Capricorn's opposition is Cancer, ruled by the moon. The symbol is 3 footprints, which can be interpreted as a pair of ears, and these footprints represent the journey of learning, wisdom, being receptive, and hearing the truth. Now, when the moon goes through this nakshatra, um, da, 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 it's a great time to pursue learning opportunities and share your knowledge with others, kind of like what I'm doing right now. The energy of this nakshatra favors education, mentorship, and spiritual study, which is really dope on a Wednesday. Wednesday is all about intellect. We're in this space, we're in this, heavy Virgo, Gemini energy. The moon is in this nakshatra. It's a fun time here. Sunrise was at 6:45 a.m., setting at 4:49 p.m. Tropically speaking, our mindset on our experiences is at a 4-degree. I'm glad you like it here. I love it here too. Our mindset is on that 4-degree Sagittarius energy. So our thought process is on that joy, finding joy, expansion, abundance. How can I be a philanthropist in my space? How can I give to others? That grandiose energy. Be mindful of falling into like obsessions and addictions and things on the mental realm, or, that ego that could be telling you to fall back into those things. So be mindful of that. And our experiences, as the sun is still in the Scorpius constellation, so we're still having transformational experiences to align ourselves with that expanded optimistic mindset. Sagittarius mindset also deals with long-term planning and long-term goals. You guys coming into some mindset of, 2025 is coming to a close. What we going to do for 2026? What we want to do for the summertime, pre-gaming for the, the resolutions, right? Right. Hold on a second, guys. What is my favorite thing to do? I love to perform. I love performing my music. I make positive affirmation music, which you can also find on this page. And yes, that's my favorite thing to do. I won't lie to you. Also, the AM visibility of Mercury begins today. Ceres goes prograde today. Ceres is like an asteroid version of Virgo energy. Ceres deals with our nurturing self. What are we willing to do for those that we love, being of service? Ceres is a little bit more extreme than Virgo energy. However, it does deal with that nurturing agriculture, the mother-daughter connectivity, and it does go prograde. So that nurturing energy is definitely coming out today. Another good alignment for a Wednesday for Mercurian energy. The moon and Deneb Al-Jedi are at minimal angle in conjunction. Deneb Al-Jedi is located at the tail of the goat in the Capricorn constellation. So this brings joy, happiness. This energy rules over the blood vessels. So make sure you keep your mind on like cool, calm, and collected. You don't want to raise the blood pressure today, y'all. Venus also enters the Scorpio constellation today. So our experiences with our heart chakra, how we obtain our wealth, and our facets of love could be going through an empowering transformation today. Speaking into existence, some of y'all got some money's coming, and we love it here, right? So that's the astrological report for today. I'm going to get into the times for the day with you guys. We start today on a Wednesday. Wednesday is all about communication, how we express ourselves. Mercury at this moment is sitting in retrograde in Scorpius constellation. Scorpius zodiac, Libra constellation. So we are in that space of, our thought process is on transformations and power and transformation. Some of y'all being messy, be mindful of all that gossiping and, being mean and nasty with your throat chakra with Mercury and Scorpio. However, we're still in that Libra constellation. So it's speaking your truth. Just know how to speak it. Remember, high highs make low lows. The goal is to be the homeostasis in the middle. So if you have a choice, if you have a truth to speak on, be mindful of how you're speaking that truth. You know what I'm saying? So Mercury's hours were at midnight, 7 a.m., 2 p.m., and 9 p.m. Then we have the moon's hours at 1 a.m., 8 a.m., 3 p.m., and 10 p.m. And the moon, we talked about the moon a little bit, being in Aquarius / Capricorn energy, giving us that revolutionary mindset on how we nurture ourselves and others, and then giving us the challenging experiences to our emotions to help us become more revolutionary. Then we have Saturn's hour. Saturn gives us the challenges that we need, for our personal discipline, restrictions, and orders that's required to do the things that we said we wanted to do. Once you speak something to existence that you want to do, that's Aquarius energy. You're putting it up into the Ketters, right? This is what I want. This is what I deserve. This is what I desire. I'm putting it up in that Aquarius Ketters energy. Capricorn immediately responds with the challenges that we need. Like, okay, you want to take that air, you want to take that sword and bring it to the pinnacles. It has to go through some molding. It has to go through some shaping. It has to go through the laws of the land. It has to go through the laws of the water, the laws of the fire, the laws of all the elements. And that's why Saturn is so challenging. But we give thanks, to Saturn for doing those things so that we can manifest our things, what we desire and what we deserve into the physical realm. And that's what Saturn over there with Neptune sitting in Pisces is doing for us, providing those challenges that we need to bring our goals and our dreams into fruition, right? Ashe. And Saturn's hours are 2 a.m., 9 a.m., 4 p.m., and 11 p.m. And then we come into Jupiter. Jupiter deals with long-term planning. Jupiter deals with business moves, expansion, abundance, philanthropy, the wisdom from the oracle and sages. Our reproductive health is Jupiter. And right now we have Jupiter in retrograde slowing down for us in that Cancer zodiac, as well as in the Cancer constellation. Nurturing our sacral chakra is important here. Some of you guys do deal with obsessions, addictions, overindulgences in your sensual self, your sexual self. Some of you guys are dealing with, womb healing. Womb healing is on the forefront with Jupiter sitting over there in Cancer. Men have wombs too. You guys have a sacral chakra. You guys have reproductive systems. So taking care of your womb is definitely key here, especially in this space and time that calls on you guys to overindulge, overeat, overdrink, engage, do all these things during a time of rest. You don't want to fall too far in that. Find balance. 6 and 9 is there for balance of the internal and external self, right? And that's what we want for Jupiter, to find a sense of balance, right? And did I say Jupiter's hours? But if I didn't, Jupiter's hours are 3 a.m., 10 a.m., 5 p.m., and 12 p.m. All right. Then we have Mars. Mars rules over the solar plexus chakra. Thank you for subscribing. The solar plexus chakra is all about, our motivation, our ambition, what gets us going, what helps us take that initiative, what gets us angry, what triggers us, you know what I'm saying? And Mars is sitting over there in Sagittarius zodiac. It's still in the Scorpius constellation. So our thought process on our solar plexus chakra is on that. I want to do it big. I want to do more. I want to be here. I want to be there. And it can bring us wherever, whatever Sagittarian placements you have in your chart could be feeling some type of overwhelmed energy, because this is a fire and a fire energy, right? So that can get pretty overwhelming, but we give ourselves grace to take a breath, pour a little water on that, quench that fire, check on the Sagittarian friend or somebody with a lot of Sagittarius placements, because they're probably angry and scrunching up their face constantly with that Mars in there. But Mars is supposed to be a motivator. However, don't forget what the season is. We're still approaching the solstice. We're still having darker days. So that means that, that external look at me spotlight energy is getting, smaller and smaller by the day. And it can be a little frustrating. It makes somebody a little restless, a little bored or whatever. But slow down. Let that motivation to be towards planning, because Sagittarius energy can also bring you towards long-term planning. It isn't always so much as do, move. You know what I'm saying? So be mindful of that. But we love Jupiter in Cancer. We're nurturing our sacral chakra. We love we love Mars and Sagittarius. We love Mars and Sagittarius too. Motivating us to get it going. You know what I'm saying? Giving us that desire and that ambition to be philanthropic, to tap into our wisdom, to go to those who we consider wise and get some more wisdom, So there's a certain way to use that energy. And if you don't know how to use it, you might be all over the place right now, okay? And it could lead to a sense of depression if you guys are having like a vitamin D deficiency. Some of you guys in the area you're in is really cold, so you find yourself really trapping your solar plexus chakra. That can get a little frustrating with this Mars and Sagittarius. So find a healthier way to burn that energy out, right? And then we get into the hours of the sun. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold on a second, y'all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I gave you the hours of the Mars was 4 a.m., 11 a.m., and 6 p.m. Now the hours of the Sun are 5 a.m., 12 p.m., and 7 p.m. And the Sun is all about vitality, your experiences, your masculine self, how you put yourself out there, and that's also in the Sagittarius zodiac. Scorpius constellation. So our mindset on our experiences is in that sacral chakra. See you. Thank you for tapping in. I appreciate you. And I appreciate you subscribing. I'm here every day. So, having those experiences, expression, our masculine energy, being in that, I want to give back. I want to have joy. I want to do fun things. I want to spread joy. Some people might be on their bah humbug shit if they don't have any Sagittarian placements or they have a heavy open space in their sacral chakra. So we give those people grace. Don't let that turn your fire bigger and now you in that, I'm Sagittarius. Don't do that. It's okay. Just, fill that space in and, thank you. Thank you for tapping in. I really appreciate you tapping in. So we have that in our experience. Then last but certainly not least, we have Venus. Venus hours are 6 a.m., 1 p.m., and 8 p.m. Venus is all about creativity, that balance between our material self and our emotional self, what we value and prioritize. And Venus, like I said, just entered the Scorpius constellation. It is in the Scorpio zodiac. Lots of empowering transformations happening here in that balance between our material and our emotional self, our connectivity with other people, what we value, what we prioritize, what helps us in our self-esteem. So the things that you used to like, the things you used to gravitate, the things you used to want, you might not want those things anymore. The different relationships that you have, connectivity, you might not want those relationships anymore, or you need a transformation to occur in those relationships. Once again, be mindful of how you communicate these things, especially with Mercury and Venus over there in the Scorpius. Mercury hasn't made it to the Scorpius constellation yet because it's in retrograde, so it's flowing back out. It has went back into the Libra constellation of truth, but you can speak your truth. Just be mindful of how you speak it. We don't have to be mean to each other. So I'm gonna let y'all go. Before I go, here goes your reading for the day. The reading for today is 2-8. We are in our wisdom, and we love that here because today is the day of 2-6. So we're in our wisdom today. Elder tree is it. Jupiter, which we talked about extensively, talking about your sacral chakra, talking about the nines, talking about Jupiter energy, and Pluto, transformations to your sacral chakra. And also be mindful of being messy here too, because Pluto can be a little messy with the drama and the transformations of things. All right, so transformations to what brings you joy and things like that. We have the 8 of Pentacles, so there is more transformations happening in your physical reality, in your realm. Like I said, the sun is still in Scorpius constellation, so it's giving us those empowering transformation experiences. We have a reverse 2 of Pentacles, so there's a sense of imbalance here. We're not totally using our wisdom in these transformations. I want to upright this. I want us to use our wisdom. It's kind of ironic because we have a 2-8 here at the Elder, and then we have the 2 in reverse here. So we're not using our 2. We're not using the justice, the balance, the truth, and things, but we are using the 8 of transformation. We want the 2 to come back up and be in harmony with that 8 to bring us to our jab, our grounding ourselves, our earthly experience. What parts of self can we focus on? Our 2 of coins, another 2, y'all. We heavy on the wisdom today, which is really cool because, like I said, it's a Mercurian day. It's all about intellect. What's on your mindset, right? That harvesting energy. So we want to focus on our 2 of coins. We want to bring this 2 of Pentacles upright, all right? And this is Jupiter in Capricorn, finding more joy, expansion, optimism, and the challenges that come to you to give you the strength that you need to have for the things that you said you desire. That's going to help you upright your 2. Having wisdom of, if I indulge in my sacral chakra at this space and time in this certain kind of way, these kind of things happen. Is this conducive to me and my long-term goals, or is this going to get in the way? Don't get in your way. Don't self-sabotage, y'all. Don't let that fire burn too much up. So we're going to focus on our chokma today. So yes, the cards really want you to focus on uprighting that 2 of Pentacles, just like me. Healing some grief in your heart chakra will help you. Some of you guys overindulging your sacral chakra as a realm of escapism. You need to escape from certain things that hurt you. that, you know, that you're holding a grudge on, that, you know, whatever. In order to let those things go, that'll help you upright this Two of Pentacles and help you with your sense of balance and your truth. Again, like I said, be mindful of how you express things. It's okay to say your truth. It's okay to say your piece, as long as you're not saying it in that really mean spirited way. The transformations are going to happen regardless. And then I get another 8. 2-8 is big today. You would think today was the 28th. But today is a day of 1. So 2-8 come together and bring the 1. We love it here. But we have another 8 here. Transformations from a nosy old woman. There's a woman around. She's sneaking. She's being manipulative. She's trying to find your business, this, that, and the third. Be mindful of her. Give her grace. Her sacral chakra ain't where it needs to be. Her 2-8 ain't all up there. You can speak your piece to her, but do it in a respectful manner. All right. So that's what I got for y'all today. It's a lot of 2-8s here. It's a lot about finding your balance, your justice, your truth, paying attention to your interpersonal relationships, and finding some sense of balance and harmony there. Really focus on your chokma today. Focus on your sense of wisdom. You can go back to your old journals, you know, journal entries, whatever. You might find yourself re-experiencing some situations and having another opportunity to make a certain decision again and say, hey, the last time I made the decision at this crossroads, I did this and this is what happened. Do I like what happened the last time? Yes or no? And I should determine what I do this time. Either way, a transformation is going to occur, but what kind of transformation would you like for it to occur? So work on your wisdom today. Exercise your wisdom again. Grounding. Everything is coming to Malkuth today and going right back up into the Ketters, because what is down must go up, and what we put up must come back down. In order for it to come back down, it has to go through the different necessary transformations and restrictions and challenges, because we have land laws, we have laws of physics. And these are all very challenging things. Like you being a thought and being conceived and then having to develop in the womb was a challenge. Planting a seed of thought, planting a physical seed, it becomes a challenge for the roots to expand out the shell and then go into the dirt and overcome all the different parasites and the chemicals and the parasites and all these different things that have to overcome to become this beautiful, strong tree bearing fruit. So keep that in mind when you're going through what you're going through, to have the things that you said you desire. And make sure you're willing to go through the things you claim that you want to have in your life. Some of you guys want some big things and y'all not willing to do certain things you need to do to have it. You know what I'm saying? So be in your truth with yourself. Be in your truth with your interpersonal relationships today. Be mindful of how you communicate those things and ground yourself. And that's what I have for you today. Reach out if you would like a personal reading. I do astro psychology readings. I align your astrology charts into your chakras, into your sephiros. I also do numerology and gematria readings, astrocartography. I do ongoing therapy sessions. You guys can also subscribe to me to my Facebook for daily personal mathematics. And to give you guys a little key point, when you are doing your mathematics, your personal year is calculated by adding your birth month and your birthday to the current year. I give you an example. My birthday is 9/19. We are currently in the year of 9. I had my last birthday in the year of 9. Some of you guys didn't have a birthday yet. Some of you guys were born in December or in later days. So you guys are still in the year of 8 with your personal year, and that's okay. So you would do the personal year of 8. If you've already had a birthday in the year of 9, you're going to do 9. So I'm going to add 9, 19, 9 together. Now all that adds up to 1. Now each adding is a story. Like my 19 is knowledge being born. That's knowledge in my cipher. That's Malkuth Jeb, grounding myself, bringing me back to 1 Keter. Then I put it into the month of 9, bringing me back to the Malkuth Jeb. So it tells a story, but overall I'm in my personal year of 1 until I get to my 2026 birthday. So you calculate your personal year. So we have a collective where everything is added up to the year of 9, but I also have my personal year collective. So when I'm doing this year, it'll be like 11/26/1 for me, right? So while we're as a collective going through 11/26/9, I'm personally going through an 11/26/1. So that's 1 and 9. That's 1. So I'm in my personal day of 2 while everybody's in their personal day of 1. I always feel like I'm a step ahead of everybody too. It's kind of lonely here. But that's what I have for y'all today. That's my little key point so that you guys can calculate your personal mathematics while we do that of the collective. I appreciate you guys tapping in. I appreciate your comments in the comment section. I'm always here to dialogue during these lives. I love y'all so much. Peace, y'all. Bye. I got other stuff to do. See you later.